This is how I know that men are energy vampires, because tell me why as soon as me and my ex broke up, my
Guys, let's just jump right into the video.
Now that the men are gone, girl, this guy said to me, I like you so much. He actually said, I'm addicted to you. I like you so much. I just wish you were nicer to me. That's like the biggest compliment. It's nothing nice to say, but it was sweet.
Hey, if I drop a fork, do you think I could just like give you table? Like, is that okay?
Nah, everyone would see this.
No one's gonna know. I mean, like we're in a corner. Like no one would. All right, if you get the check right now, I'll give you right now. Like in the car, like on the way home. Like I'll do it right now.
No.
But like.
No.
All right, then I'll give our waiter. Are you sure you're not?
No.
We have hit a new low in society since modern women are offering bedroom fun for free food. That is crazy.
Another day and another way to bash on men. Honestly, if you're in a relationship and you don't think that relationships up until and including marriage don't take work, compromise, communication, then you really shouldn't be in a relationship in the first place.
The dream of most modern women these days is to live a life where they get everything while being lazy.
I'd rather be the third wheel or the fifth wheel or the seventh wheel than show up to a birthday of one of my friends and have the dude I'm with complain about how much money he had to spend at the event. Because none of the other dudes at the event are complaining. And I'm sure not gonna be the only one to be there with a broke dude. So, you know what? I'd rather just stay alone.
Men all over the world have heard her entitled gibberish and decided that her terms are acceptable.
Stop dating ugly women. Like, I don't want to sound rude, but ugly women are always the ones with the most audacity, right? Like, you give them a chance, and then suddenly they just think that they rule the universe, that they can just act like pieces of shit and cheat on you and choose you as, like, nothing but an option. So just stop giving ugly women a chance. It's obvious. Hello.
Modern women would hear this and lose their minds because men are ugly and they are 10s. You know how it goes, guys.
I have a question for everyone that lives in Austin, Texas. Specifically the men that live in Austin, Texas. Why the are you not going up to girls and approaching them anymore? Why is your favorite activity to just sit and stare at a girl like this? You're glitched, like you're loading. I spent the last 2 years of my college studying abroad in France, where the men would just come up to you on the street and propose. To go from that level of attention to coming back to Austin and having men that are so feminine that they won't even approach you at a bar unless they're blackout drunk was an insane culture.
Men don't approach because we were literally told by women like this to not approach them.
Shock. I can't go from men coming up and asking me to marry them to this in Austin. So let me know which dating app I should get on, because apparently I can't meet anyone here in real life in Austin. Hinge is way too basic. Everyone complains about it. It is not good anymore. Poppy is the only other app that I've heard good things about, but I've been waiting 3 weeks for an access code, by the way. Do I keep waiting? What do I do? Because I'm trying to find the love of my life.
If she's bothered that much, she should just go back to France if men want to marry her there. Best of luck.
How tall are you?
5'7"3/4.
What size dress do you wear?
4.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed in?
137.
If you had to rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 and you can't use 7, face only, no hair extensions, your natural hair, your natural face, what would you give yourself?
Interesting. 8.
Nope.
No?
No. Beyonce's an 8. Kelly Rowland's a 9. You give yourself Beyonce looks?
Based off of what men have told me, they have said I'm a 9. You probably,
I saw you pop up. I saw you pop up.
Yeah, I just came from the gym, so I look rough.
Beauty is beauty. I'm an image consultant. Okay. I'm not here to hurt feelings, but it's just not. No.
You've got to love Kevin Samuels' just blunt honesty. He never pulled punches with these women, and it was pretty damn funny, honestly.
Dating is the demigirl is just weird because I keep watching the age of the men that I'm attracted to go up because I'm realizing that the older the man, the more emotionally mature, ideally, most of the time. But when I first started on Hinge, I was for sure going more men my age. The first man that got a date was 34, which makes sense because, like, the men my age aren't super emotionally mature. He was not emotionally mature enough for me either. But as I keep dating and as I keep going up and up and up, now I'm starting to see men that are like 38 as attractive. And I used to think that was way too old. Like, even when I went out with a 34-year-old, I was like, why do you want to go out with a 28-year-old?
Women like this can't even provide a basic definition for the phrase emotional intelligence.
It's kind of weird, but maybe it's not so weird because now I'm like, no, a 38-year-old's actually kind of like on my level. That's who I'm attracted to now. The reality is my psyche is forming an emotional attachment to this man, not a physical attachment to this man. And I've gone out with a lot of men under 35 and they've all treated me pretty poorly except for one who got to stick around for a couple of months, but he was not like as established as a 38-year-old man, right? 38-year-old men are more likely to be emotionally mature and are more likely to be financially established. So that's like automatically, when I see a man that's attractive and I look up his age, for sure closer to 40 now.
In other words, he treated her nicely, but he didn't have the prestige that she requires in a man.
Women tend to pull away from the best men because they cannot handle what it takes to be in a relationship with him. Even though he is super attractive and he's a good person, what she needs to understand is the best thing that she can do is be able to handle the truth, because a man who is interested in you and he likes you and he's falling for you, he's gonna let you know what's up. I don't think that men are trying to come across as a-holes or dickheads. Sorry to say that word.
The problem is many modern women are naturally drawn to the very same a-holes that they love to whine about.
I just think when they're telling you the truth, it's to help you become a better version of yourself instead of them lying to you so that you can be comfortable. If you're comfortable, there is no growth. It is hard to take accountability because you're going to be uncomfortable, but it's better to look at reality rather than running away from it.
A lot of modern women don't want to know the truth. That's why they deny it in all forms.
Any of you guys are watching, let me ask you a question. You have all had a girlfriend or a girl that you dated, and while you were dating her, other guys checked her out at the gym. Other guys checked her out while you guys were walking together. Other guys checked her out while you guys were walking into a venue or a restaurant. Did she apologize to you? Did she go, oh, baby, I'm sorry that those guys are looking at me? No, because she's a woman. She doesn't feel that she needs to apologize to you for being attractive. But I have never seen anything worse. Every time that there's a guy who comes to us who's married and he's like, I'm having problems in my marriage, I always go over this. I'm like, did women ever flirt with you in front of your wife? It's like, yeah, and I had to apologize.
If a woman tries to flirt with a married man, I don't understand how that's the man's fault for her trying to do that. That doesn't really make sense, especially if he's being loyal.
To her. Isn't that toxic? I don't care, honestly. Never apologize for being attractive to the opposite sex. I'm not telling you to flirt with other women in front of your girlfriend. That's bad. You're being deceitful there. I wouldn't tell you to do that. I'm not telling you to go cheat on your wife. What I'm telling you is that if other women come up and they clearly are attracted to you, you don't need to apologize to your wife from that. But men do this frequently, or they avoid those women altogether. And when they're doing so, whose frame are you in? You're in a relationship where, generally in most heterosexual man-woman relationships, men lead. You're in a relationship where you're supposed to lead and you're losing your frame to her because she doesn't like the fact that other women flirt with you? No. You want a healthy relationship. Your woman needs to know other women find you attractive.
The second a man apologizes for that is the instant that very same woman loses respect for him.
You know what irritates me? You can be having a really day and here come an ugly man telling you that you need to smile.
You're mad because he's looking out for you. He sees that you're in a bad mood, you're having a bad time, and instead of just leaving you there to just drown in your misery, he's like, you know what? I'm going to try to make her smile, or I'm going to tell her to smile a little bit more, and you think that that's a bad thing.
That's because many modern women just want to be miserable. I can't be the only one who's come to that conclusion at this point.
Do you guys ever think before you open your mouths? Because I can't understand how a nice person is a bad person. Because he's trying to be a nice person towards you. Now you're taking it even further by calling him ugly. You're not in any position to be calling anybody ugly. Just so you know. for the day for guys to just leave y'all stupid and delusional alone.
That's why men leave these women alone. They are not capable of being nice and friendly.
So y'all know that I already don't trust men, and one of my biggest icks when I'm talking to a new guy is if I'm scrolling on my Instagram feed and I see his little profile pic floating underneath a hot girl's picture, then I click on her profile and she's not even following him, and we're not exclusive yet, and he's a single guy, he can do whatever he wants, but like, I will still bring it up because I never want to be caught in a situation married or dating a guy who's liking other girls' pictures. And I've seen like a lot of married men and men in relationships liking my posts. I know that they're out there, and I know that they're
She's expecting absolute loyalty before the guy that she wants even talks to her for the first time. Let that sink in.
a lot of them. And it's funny because every time I ask a guy about this, it's always the same spiel I get about how he likes everything on his feed, how he follows everyone back that follows him. And I'm just like, this girl does not follow you. And he's like, oh, I didn't realize she unfollowed me. Right? Like, it's always the same thing. And I find this extremely funny because you're willing to fumble the bag with me, who you barely got in the first place. This like ties along with the fact that men have kind of lost the art of pursuing. I think they're scared of rejection or scared it's not going to work out with one girl. So then they have to be like entertaining or trying to like shoot their shot at multiple girls at the same time.
The men that she desires have options. They really don't care if they are quote-unquote fumbling the bag with her. These men probably don't see it as fumbling if they never wanted her in the first place.
And like, for me, I don't come from this generation of dating, and I've always been like a serial monogamist, and I don't know, everyone keeps telling me like you need a roster, and I'm just like, I can't. I don't know how to have a roster. I don't even find one person interesting enough to like talk to, let alone do I have time to entertain multiple men. And it doesn't stem from insecurity, like genuinely it doesn't. It's not jealousy. What it is, I never want to be that girl who other girls are talking about and being like, oh my god, her man likes my pictures all the time. Like, no.
A woman who obsesses over social media activity is incredibly just ridiculous, man. There is no denying it.
Also I keep my age and location private.
Well, the location doesn't really matter, but why the age?
Well, because I already show everything online, I can keep some things private.
So we can move the show along. Can you just share your age, please?
I can share it.
Why not?
Yo, I am telling you, they are special, and it's not in a good way, okay? So the thing you're supposed to be keeping private is the thing that you're allowing everybody to see. And then you're gonna say, you don't want them knowing your age because that should be.
If you decide to pursue OF, you forfeit your right to privacy since you are selling your body online.
Be private. Now I can get your location being private, but your age, girl, really? Your age? They are backwards as your crotch, lady, is what you should be keeping private, not your age. How? How are they not embarrassed to be this stupid? If I was that stupid, I wouldn't open my mouth and say a thing.
They can't stay quiet. They made the worst possible life decision and think that they will get sympathy.
Honestly, I think there is a huge untapped opening right now for straight men who want to experience loving relationships with women. Like, there's never actually been a greater opportunity for you to have the kind of relationship full of love and connection and joy that you want to have, that most of us want to have as humans. It just requires you to take a couple extra steps. Like, yes, there is a lot of discourse online right now about how women don't need men. Women are decentering men because we don't need them financially or logistically to create the lives.
Why would a man take extra steps to get a woman who publicly says that she doesn't need him?
That we want to create for ourselves. And yet, a lot of women still desire healthy, loving, reciprocal partnership. A lot of women still do desire to build a family and create a life with somebody, but they're only willing to do that with a partner who's actually a match for them, who's actually an equal, and not a partner who is lagging so far behind in the growth gap that it feels like, now I'm just your mom.
You can't build a relationship with a woman who thinks that she's somehow just better than you.
And all women are asking men to do is the same work that we've been doing. To go to therapy, to build some self-awareness, to build some emotional intelligence and relational skills, improve your communication. Like, these are not things that are selfish of us to ask. It's actually for your benefit to learn these very basic relational human skills. And when you do, your pick of women that you could be in relationship will expand exponentially.
What she's saying is deeply insulting. She's implying that we are nothing but ignorant oafs. Classic, isn't it?
Because you'll be competing with men who are refusing to do that work. Right now, you're just competing with her solitude. Like, she's built a life for herself that is pretty awesome, dude. And she meets all her needs, and she has community. She has amazing friendships. She travels. She experiences joy and play on the regular. And if you want to be a part of that, there's just some things you have to do to step up your emotional intelligence game. It's very, very possible. It's very, very doable.
It's not possible or doable. These women are so smug that nothing a man does is ever good enough.
I feel like we're often hearing from the very polarized camps of like the men who are already there, who have already done that work, or the men who are like on the incel side of things and very anti-woman. I want to speak to the people in the middle, the women who are not like anti-man, they just want a man who steps up and does his own inner work and takes accountability. And I want to talk to the men who are maybe at the beginning stages of that journey and pursuing this kind of work. Like, what questions do you have? What do you want to know? Drop it in the comments. Let's have a conversation.
There's no point in a conversation. She's making it clear that she thinks that she is better than men.
Growth in marriage is realizing your spouse isn't the only one who needs to change. It is so easy to point fingers and think, if he would just do this differently, we'd be good. But real love means turning the mirror back on yourself too. Ask yourself, how am I showing up? Am I bringing patience? Am I listening or just waiting to talk? Am I giving the same grace
If a wife is at the point where she's nitpicking everything her man does, that marriage is completely doomed.
expect? Marriage isn't about just one perfect person and one fixer. It's about two people willing to grow, even when it's uncomfortable. When both people can take ownership, that's when the relationship starts to shift in ways you'd never imagine. So instead of waiting for your spouse to change, start with you. That's where breakthrough begins.
It's difficult for these women to...
Man, at the end of the day, fellas, women will never change, bro. That's just who they are. In their nature, they're selfish by default. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to protect their kids and their offsprings. And when they pregnant, you know what I'm saying? That's when they're in the most fear. And you know, it's a biological thing. But for the most part, if you got a man and you choose that man, you shouldn't be selfish towards that man. That man should get your undivided attention. And that man should be somebody that you praise, look up to, respect, and follow. That's just what it is. You can't be in a relationship and be selfish. It's called a partnership, marriage, husband, covenant, and all that stuff for a reason. You know what I mean? Women want to make it seem like it's a partnership, and no, you will help me to that man. So that means if you bring negative thoughts and negative energy to the table, guess what? That's going to put a stain on the relationship. It's going to put a stain on the relationship, and it's going to put pressure on your husband or boyfriend. If you don't love the man, you can't follow the man, you can't listen to the man, then you shouldn't be with him. It's the Modern Man Experience. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe. We out.